on and tell about my experience with Katie so far, and it's been amazing. She is a wealth of information, and she's very down to earth, um, straight and to the point, and will tell you the truth. So, one of the first things that made an immediate difference for me was my change in prices. I was planning, I think I started a little bit before May, and I was planning on doing a price increase in September because that's when I usually do my what we call my annual calendar. And she was like, "Why wait? Do it now, especially going into summer, which is when a lot of times we'll have a lot of drops." And fortunately, I am happy to report that it made sense to me. I was encouraged to do, or my assignment was to do market research to see basically, that I'm not charging too low nor too high. And then from there, I decided on a price and we talked through some different things. I can say that when I went into summer, I did not feel like, oh my gosh, it actually helps me to maintain. There were actually only a few drops, and that was another advice that was given was like, hey, don't make a big announcement about, hey, what are you going to do for summer? And that made a huge difference. And so, yeah, just those two things alone, raising the prices, doing market research sooner than later, going into the slower season, kept me afloat. And I'm looking forward to more of working with Katie. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Amy Schweizer, founder and director of Tiny Troop Soccer. I'm so excited to join Katie in the Gold Medal Coaching Program. On our intensive day, Katie was kind enough to allow my director of operations as well as my assistant director to join us. We had 4 hours of one-on-one personalized coaching that was directly for our business. Katie is the first professional that I've come across that is focused on children's activities business. So that is what first drew us to her. After taking her Scale to Freedom Accelerator, I knew that this would be a great fit, and the Focus Day just completely solidified that. We're excited to work on our marketing programs as well as our affiliate locations. I'm excited to see what Katie has in store and how my business is going to grow. Thank you.
Hi there, my name's Shelley and I run a theatre school business for children called Stepping Out Stars of Tomorrow, hence the bowler hat and the show pictures in the background. I've had my school for 15 years and absolutely love doing what I do. And I've had several business coaches through that period, but I just felt with Katie that I really connected to her. She was really lovely on the phone. I felt that she had a wealth of experience, which would really help me take my business to the next level. And that's not to say that the coaches that I'd had before weren't great, because they really were. But I really like the fact that Katie's mentorship had lots of different children's activities in it. And I think it's fantastic that I can learn from football coaches or rugby coaches. It's not just about dance and performing arts. And that was something that really struck a chord with me. I've been in the membership for the last couple of months, and I've really, really enjoyed the time that I have already started to implement some of the amazing things that Katie has suggested. The first being bringing an extra 55,000 into my business, which could be fantastic if that comes off. So yeah, I'm really, really super happy and really recommend the CEO membership. It's great.
Welcome to our Accelerator Cash Flow. We are literally about to get started, but before we go into the incredible training that we've got planned for you, I just wanted to give you a bit of an intro, because if you're anything like me, I always want to know exactly who I'm learning from and what they have done that I know they're the right person to help me. So I'm Katie Cannon. Lovely to meet you. I can't wait to be with you, to hold your hand and nurture you to success this week. My background, I was a 5 times British gymnastics champion representing Great Britain at 2 world and 2 European championships, and then went on to become a 7-figure entrepreneur in this industry, in our incredible children's activity and sports world. And I really wanted to take my passion from gymnastics and turn it into a business. Fast forward 20 years, I am honored to come to you today with so much experience, ranging from 20 years of building gyms and classes. You name it, I've done it in this industry. I've done the village halls, I've done the leisure centers, the communities, I've done the franchise models, they're having hundreds of different schools and the school gym model. I've then built my own centers. I've tried multiple different things. I've had the highs of the highs and the lowest of the lows. I've had times where I've not paid myself. I've had times where I've had betrayal of team members and have failed employees. I've had times where I'm building teams and times where my teams are failing. You name it, I've done it over the last 20 years. But I'm also going to come with you with not just so much knowledge to help you build a thriving, profitable business. My number one mission for children's activity entrepreneurs is not to be the business owner. I want you to be the CEO so that you can then go on to build other income streams if you wish. Over the last 20 years of experience, I have been able to then move my experience into building other companies. I'm now the CEO today of 4 different companies in different areas that range from the online coaching space to the traditional business model and bricks and mortar of traditional business. And why is that so important? It is important because I not only teach you strategy that works in the traditional market of the children's activity world, I'm teaching you how to build in the online space as well, which is so incredibly powerful for your marketing and for your mindset and your discipline and your leadership. You mix traditional business with online business and you bring them together. You have a rocket ship of a business model, and you as the leader will be a rocket leader. There'll be no literally stone unturned. You've got everything covered from your end as an entrepreneur. And that is why I'm very excited to welcome you this week, where we're going to have so much fun together, where I'm going to be going through all the different income streams that I want you to start building into your business in 2025. So we're literally about to get started. Get yourself a drink, get yourself a big pad of paper. You're going to make loads and loads of notes. Let's get started.
Okay, welcome everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's an honor to be training you today on our Boost Your Cash Flow Accelerator. And I've actually got the perfect background for you today. I've got some nice tinsel going on here. But what's really exciting, as you'll see from the training that I've just kind of done in the intro of very much my background, is I'm actually training from one of my gyms today. So it's not the best for recording in terms of light, but I thought it's very relevant, because one of the things that I really say sets us apart in Gold Medal is training you from 20 years of experience of building and growing in gyms, leisure centers, own premises, franchise model, you name it, but we're still in the business today. So our gym is ready for Christmas, so I thought we'd have our nice tinsel in the background as well. If you see me looking in different directions, I am on Zoom, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. So to make sure I serve everybody today, because this is our last Boost Your Cash Flow Accelerator for 2025. Can you believe it? Just give me a bit of a thumbs up, a wave. If you're on Zoom, put your cameras on. If you're on our live streams, just pop me a comment that you can hear me okay. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Louise. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Amelie. Thank you, Emily. Amazing. Awesome. Just said that you can hear me okay. Fantastic. So I said this is our last Boost Your Cash Flow Accelerator for this year. And the reason we have been training on this majority of this year has been a poignant subject. And the reason why I've chosen Boost Your Cash Flow Accelerator as one of our leading trends for this week, leading as we come out of 2025, but also for this year, is because as a mentor in the children's activity space, the number one thing I don't want to hear is I don't have the money. You need to have the resources, the mindset, the leadership to drive your company forward. You are the leader of the ship. No matter how much you grow, you are the leader of your ship, and you want to ensure you have the skill set, the resources, the mindset, and everything in between to ensure, yeah, I can invest in that mentorship. I can invest in that new piece of equipment. I can invest in that new team member. I can. And if you can't, you're like, I don't have it now, but I know how to get it. I have the resources to get it, which is why we have been very poignant this year on training and giving you those resources so that you can grow and your business is not bottlenecked. So well done. We have many people watching this on live, watching this on replay. But if you are here live, give yourself a big thumbs up. Give me a high five. Be as present as you can. Make sure you've got our workbook if you haven't yet. Got our Cash Flow Accelerator workbook. It has been sent to your email. If you haven't got it, I just want you to pop in the DMs or on the chat box for us, just put workbook so we can get that across to you. It has been emailed to you, so please check junk or spam just in case it is hiding. So boosting your cash flow this week. We're live for 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And today is really focusing on generating recurring cash flow with ease in your business. Now, after being in business for the last 18 years, it's really important that you master. It sounds obvious. I know it sounds obvious. I think, of course, I need to master my cash flow. But if there's one thing we see on mentees in our organization on a day-to-day basis and people we're talking to in this industry, it's that they haven't got those resources. They haven't got the consistent cash flow. And you've got that business that is woo, like this. It's like a constant roller coaster. And when you're on that path and you're on that journey, it can feel exhausting. It can feel like everything you're doing is not working because your emotions are up and down. And it starts with literally securing your cash flow and ensuring you have got the skills that you need to ensure that is a sturdy roller coaster. And it's going to still have highs and lows, but it's still not like up and down with your emotions every single month. So when you literally start to build your cash flow, you will find when you've got the skill set for this, you will start to see how you make decisions differently. You lead differently, you think differently, you grow your team differently because you know you have the skills for what's to come. Now, a little bit of a housekeeping this week. As I said, make sure you've got your workbook. If you haven't yet booked your strategy call with myself and my team, I just want you to put call in the chat box. So our wonderful Glia, who's supporting us today, might give Glia a big thumbs up and wave, who's just phenomenal. We'll pop the link in for you so you can make sure you get a call with our team and they can ensure they hear about your business, most importantly, and personalize what you need and the actions you need to take. So I said this week, we are building on your cash flow. Each one is going to build on each other. If you miss one, go back to the puzzle, go back to day one, go back to day two, go back to day three, because like anything, it's not built in a day. I want you to take one thing this week and implement before the end of this year. One thing. I want you to do all of them within time, but do one thing. When you're taking notes, I don't want you to be head down. I want you to be present and just there'll be one thing that I will say that will be like a bit of a light bulb moment. And you're like, yes, okay, that's what I'm going to implement. Some of it you may be doing already, some of it you might not. But also some of it, you may be a franchise model and some of it you can't implement due to your regulations within your franchise. Don't see that as a waste. See it as an idea. I work with people in franchises all day, every day. It's a massive market of ours. And it's because there are bits that you can, but there'll be also bits that you're like, that's a great idea. I'm going to take that to my organization because everything we're going to teach you here today and for this week is being tried, tested, and we have been implementing for many years within our businesses. So today we're going to be working on, generating recurring cash flow with ease. Now, like anything, like I said, Rome's not built in a day. It's not going to suddenly, I've done it and now it's amazing. these things are going to take time to implement. And you want to give anything, I always say it gives a good 3 to 6 months. Nothing worth having is going to come like that. It takes a good 3 to 6 months to grow into your business, to develop into your business. And when you get a new member of staff, we always say good 90 days for that member of staff to feel established throughout their journey, to understand what they're doing, for us to be happy with them, for them to go through the first stepping stones, the first training, for them to feel confident. The same with anything that you're implementing. And I say that because so often we have people say, I did it, it didn't work. And I'm like, when did we implement it? 2 weeks ago. Give it time. It has to settle in your business. The biggest mistake you can make as an entrepreneur is exactly that. Shift. Where you're making a mistake and you're like, quick, move on to something else. Rather than let's refine it, let's tweak it, let's step into what's not working, rather than completely changing everything. So the first one we're going to be talking about today is, in terms of generating recurring cash flow with ease, is your monthly subscriptions. Now, I'm going to share a little bit of a story and take you a little bit down memory lane here. When I first started my first gyms nearly 18 years ago, well, it was actually a little bit less than that, because the first couple of years we were in village halls, we were in schools, probably 15 years ago. And we had termly subscriptions. So in the children's activity world, it's very common. It's a common practice. I hate it personally, the termly model, I'm not going to lie, because it doesn't give you that consistent cash flow. It gives you a bit of a lumpy, you have gaps in your year. But if, as I said, every business is different. If you are working a model that can only ever be termly, then you can take some inspiration from me and see how you can build this into your model, maybe extending the termly weeks, maybe bumping it out and adding in, going through holidays when you normally would maybe stop. But you want to think now, everything is monthly. Your bills are monthly. Your customers are used to paying monthly. Monthly subscriptions is the norm now. It wasn't when I started it. So I'd say about 10 years ago, we started monthly subscriptions. And one of the biggest reasons I did, one, I was so sick and tired of the roller coaster of, we're enrolling for the new term. We're enrolling for the term. Are you coming back? We're enrolling for the new term. And I looked at my business and I thought, do you know what? We have 3 people on the phones. And our student numbers at that time were probably 500-600. And I was like, we are going to need an army as we scale this company. We have to do something different. As I said, also hated the conversation of, are you coming back this term? You want to ensure, and I'm going to go through all the benefits of monthly subscriptions for you that you might not have thought of otherwise. But I knew at this point in time, like, if we don't change something from an admin perspective, we're going to be in trouble months and years down the line. Well, we're going to have a staff bill that is absolutely huge to do this one thing. So monthly subscriptions for us at that point was a no-brainer. When we moved across, it was tricky. We did have people that are like, but I pay termly. I want to continue paying termly. But as we all know, people don't like change, but over time, so I'm sharing this with you because if you get a little bit of resistance, if you get a little bit of people that are like, I don't want to do that, I want to stay on termly, you've got to talk about the benefits, which we're going to go through together today. You've got to know that people don't like change. It might take you a good 3 to 6 months to get everybody across, but it will pay your business dividends for sure because you've got consistent cash flow. I shut down one of my gyms in the early days. And I really, truly believe it was shut down because I had inconsistent cash flow. I had months without working the business. So we'd have 3 months a year where we're not open. Yes, we did camps, but sometimes camps can be amazing, sometimes not so much. And across the board, we was like, I've got permanent premises to pay for. I need to have permanent income. I need to have consistent income. So that's when we learned the hard way and then implemented this after we shut that premises down. So monthly subscriptions, the first number one, the key point is stability. So stability is really important to build obviously into your business. Like I've talked you through some examples. It's the consistent cash flow, the consistent stability of your business. You're a more stable CEO. You're a more stable leader because your cash flow is more stable. Okay. So number one is stability. Number two is your mindset of your customers. we need to ensure that they will understand. So I know some of you will be having questions on this, on how this is spread out across the year. For example, if your business is running, for example, we run for 50 weeks of the year. We have 2 weeks off at Christmas. They don't pay for that because we do 50 weeks of the year divided by 12 months. If your company is running termly and you think, so, okay, we're only operating for 40 weeks of the year, you're going to be doing 40 weeks of the year divided by 12 months. So they're not paying for when they're not there. You're just dividing the monthly payment. Please get clear on that and get really clear on how your model works. That's why I said, if you need further support on this, make sure you book in a call with our team so that they can support you and see which model is right for you and for your business. But you just need, it's about having monthly cash flow rather than big, I used to love it when, January, to have so much income coming through the doors, but then it was like feast or famine. You wouldn't get anything in February, wouldn't get any in March until you start re-enrolling back in April. So you got stability. 2 is mindset of your customers to spread it across the year. This also really, really helps them with financials, especially at the times we're going in now. It helps them, as a mum of 3, I hate paying swimming. I don't anymore because I've changed companies because of this. I wanted everything monthly because I operate monthly. Everything is monthly. And this particular, they were termly, and I was paying for 2 children to be doing, my youngest one doesn't swim yet, but 2 children to do swimming. It was a whopper of a bill. It was like £450 for 12 weeks of sessions. It's a lot when you're paying everything else going out at the same time. Your parents will really appreciate this when it's all broken down and it is done monthly once they get their head around it. Number 3 is stop, start. Just like I was sharing, like I hated when I used to walk into my office that we're enrolling for next term, time wasting. And also what happens, you're giving your customer the choice to go, I'm just going to ask little Benji if they want to come back next term. I'm going to have that. You're initiating that conversation where you want it to be just consistent. You want it not even to be a conversation. So it eliminates your stop, start. Number 4, I have addressed this. It reduces your admin. This is number 1 that we're looking for. It's dramatically going to reduce your administration. As I shared an example with you about when you're wanting to scale, if your brand's spanking new to your business, awesome. Add this in from the start. If you're very established and looking at ways you can cut some of your administration, look at this if you're not already implementing it, because you will see a drastic turnaround in the amount of administration that comes from, you can reduce from termly to monthly. Not at the beginning, because it's an upheaval. You're getting everybody on the next program, but give it time. That's what I said. Don't go into it with 2 weeks. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be so quick. Everyone's going to sign up to it. Give it time to settle. And by the end of first quarter 2026, you will start to really feel the pressure lift off your shoulders. Number 5, we've alluded to this. It's all about rolling into each month. So it's consistent. It's not a conversation. We're not picking up the phone saying, are we enrolling? It's constantly rolling. So that if they're wanting to cancel, which we go through in the next point, if they're wanting to cancel, they pick up the phone to you. It's in your T&Cs of what your cancellation policy is. They are coming to you. You're not going to them. So it significantly reduces the admin on a cancel, not so much just both in the same time on an enrolling standpoint, but also a cancellation standpoint as well. So recapping a little bit here, we've got stability, we've got the mindset of your customers, we've got the reducing, the stopping and the starting, we've got less admin, we've got the rolling each month, we've got the sales predictability. You should know what's coming within the next couple of months in your business. So we have a big whiteboard that's literally sitting next to me here of all of our numbers and the cancellation numbers as well. So we know very clearly, like, okay, if they're going to cancel, they have to cancel within the first 3 days of that first month. So if they gave notice on the month of, let's say, October, if they gave notice between 1, 2, or 3, the 3rd of October, October is their last month of paying. If it comes after the 3rd, they pay for October and their month of notice is November. This is very clear in our T&Cs. What this helps us with is sales predictability. So we can clearly see now what are our numbers for December. It's not a guessing game. We've got a very good idea on what's by beginning of December. We know exactly what's January going to look like because we know who has cancelled already. Of course, you always get a few shoplifters, as we call them, when they just disappear off the face of the planet and cancel the direct debits and everything. You do get them. No matter what you train in, whatever you implement, you will always get them. You're working with humans. I have tried many different things over the years where you can reduce it, but you will always still get a few that just disappear off the face of the planet. So it really helps with your sales predictability. You never want to be in a position where you're like, I wonder how many we're going to have enrolling next term. And, you know, it's that I used to hate the first week of the month, the first week of the term, when everyone's going to start kicking in and enrolling when the parents have got their heads together after the holidays. But I used to find it so nerve-wracking on thinking, oh my God, are they going to enroll? Are they not? Are we expecting that child back this term? And it's very hard to staff. It's very hard to manage your overheads in that mindset. So sales predictability is a huge, huge one when you're building your cash flow. So a few key things, just to recap on what we've covered so far. I want you just to pop me a comment, guys. Pop me a comment in the Zoom chat. Pop it in live streams. I'm seeing my YouTube is buzzing away. I can see lots of comments on YouTube. Pop in the chats. What's one thing that stood out to you so far? I'm just going to give you 30 seconds. Pop it in the chats. One thing that has stood out so far that you're like, I'm doing monthly payments and that's resonated with me. I'm not doing monthly payments and that's resonated with me. And that's why I know I need to do that. Just put one thing. The more you talk back to me, the more I can help you and see exactly where you're at within your business. So I'm just going to give you literally 30 seconds. Pop it in the chat. Stability. Yeah, I like that. Thank you, Sam, for sharing stability. Taking the emotion out of it. Oh, I like that, Sarah. Yes, I like that. Taking the emotion out. Just like I said, you don't want to be like this. You can't lead like that. Gary, plan to go monthly in April as a tennis business. Always seems best to change in the summer term. Not always, Gary. Don't rely on seasons. You can do this at any time in your business. Never wait till you think it's the right time. You'll be waiting forever. I know, I would be doing this if you could absolutely implement this from a January standpoint. You've got 6 weeks till January, give or take. The kids keep asking me how many days to start till Christmas, and I keep getting it wrong because I cannot still believe we're nearly in December. So stability. I'm seeing sales, knowing your sales. It's not a guessing game. Your business is a business. It shouldn't be a guessing game. Business should be simple if you let it be. It needs to be simple. It shouldn't be complicated. Make a decision quickly, move on. That's one of the key things in our mentorships in Gold Medal, which is why we get the success we do. It's having the community to bounce off on. It's having people to ask a question to. It's being able to go, right, you need to do this. Let's implement it by the end of the week. Forget procrastination. That is what slows your business down. That's why you may achieve more with us, say, at Gold Medal in, say, 6 months than you might do by 3 years by yourself, because you've got that sounding board. Needing to restructure pricing to implement this could be worth it. Louise, absolutely. Currently, pay as you go. Louise, I obviously don't know your business. 1 billion% get out of pay as you go. That is not a business. And I mean that with love. Okay. That's a hobby business. You cannot operate a business by pay as you go in today's world. Okay. So if you haven't yet, Louise, jump on, make sure you have a call with us so we can support you through that. But pay as you go. I started on pay as you go for 3 months of my business, but 18 years back. And I quickly scrapped it because I felt like a shop at the shop front. £10, please, £10 here. Put it in my little cash box. But yeah, absolutely, Louise, you will have a completely different business when you move across. So looking at your monthly subscriptions, I said the key thing of not waiting, just doing. You've got to learn as an entrepreneur to go. You might not feel comfortable. It might be way out your comfort zone. But that is why you are here. That is how you need to implement it. There's so many things over the years I've done way out of my comfort zone. Some have worked out really well. Some have not. But the fact is I did it. I jumped in and I did it. I learned as I went along. And as I said, one of the biggest, when people say to me, what's been your biggest shifts in 18 years of running gyms? What's been your biggest changes? That, there's a good 20, 30 that I can roll off of what has been big indicators and big light bulb moments, monthly payments and shifting from one model to the next. By far, one of them, for sure. Okay, so I want you to be really looking at your monthly subscriptions and looking at how you can implement this into your business and how you can implement it quickly into your business. The reason why is perfect, new year, new start, doing something new. You've then got 12 months of monthly subscriptions rather than waiting till halfway through the year. Perfect to build it in now. New year, new start, new people have open minds and they're like, okay, this is how we're moving forward with this company in 2026. A lot easier to do it as you're building into the new year. So if you found today super, super supportive and you want more help and support like this on a day-to-day basis in your business, I want you to seriously take a look at our Bronze Mentorship. So our Bronze Mentorship, it's 59 quid a month. Cheapest chips, super, super high value. It's actually £49 during this week, during our live accelerator. Our Bronze Mentorship is designed for you if you are wanting support. Maybe you've never had mentorship before. You've got either a brand new business or a business that is pretty much up and running and you just need guidance. You get access to our core systems, 6 core systems on finance, on team, on marketing, on organization, on building your personal development. These are systems that, my goodness, I wish I had on day one of my business 18 years ago. We've made the mentorship super high touch in the sense of you getting core systems, but you've also got accountability every month. So you get one live call with our team of coaches, one Q&A, and one training call. Now, through all my years of personal development, I know for you to get results, it has to be mirrored of self-study mixed with accountability. It's a very good stepping stone into our mentorships program for you to really get the support you need and to get you moving. The reason we've priced it like it is within our Bronze Mentorship, we have bronze, silver, and gold. But the reason bronze is £49 a month is because we never, just like I said at the beginning, want you to have the whole thing in your head of, I can't afford it. I need the support, but I can't afford it. We've priced it almost like the price of a takeaway. What can you give up in your monthly basis? Maybe a few coffees here and there, maybe a takeaway to get the support that you need moving into 2026 and beyond. If you are very established in your business, you've had mentorships before, I want you to be looking at our silver and gold programs, which a lot of them come with one-to-one nurturing support. And if you need support with that, I want you to reach out to us separately so we can give you the details. Today, I've predominantly talked about our bronze mentorship as it's a starting mentorship into our world at gold medal and very much a great stepping stone for you to get the core foundations that you need in every element of your business, which is going to give you the foundations to then really start to make some money in your business with the right team and with the right knowledge, so that you don't waste loads of money trying to figure that out yourself. So Glea's just put the details for our bronze mentorship into the live chat and said it's £49 up till the end of the week. Then it goes back up to £59 outside of our Boost Your Cash Flow Accelerator week. So what an honor being with you today. I will see you back tomorrow for day 2, where we're going to be talking about the next step on boosting your cash flow. And as I said, they all build together this week like a jigsaw puzzle. So if you've got any further questions, reach out, pop it into the Facebook group for us so that we can support you. If you're not, just as we end, if you're not in our Facebook group, I just want you to reach out and put Facebook into our comments so we can make sure you add your details in there, because any replays, lots of live support is within that group. Cool. All right, guys, welcome to our Cash Flow Accelerator. Thank you for being with us for day 1, and I will see you tomorrow for day 2. You take care. Bye.